Please stand for the pledge, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you everyone for coming and those watching. First item on the agenda is our election results. Everybody has your results in front of you. The motion to accept the election results as presented.
I move to accept the election results as presented.
I have a motion. Do I
Do
have
I
a
need
second?
to say the yes, the yeas and nays
Do you have to
for
do
the
it?
record? Do you
I don't think we've had that in the past, but you're welcome to do so if you wish.
The yeas were 442 and the nays were 109.
Okay. We have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I will second that motion.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? The election is accepted. We move on to a public hearing on the election results as presented.
City Clerk.
So on your memo here, it pretty well lays everything out that the state's raised the tax ceiling this year. The rates will be set for the general fund at .3656, for the park at .0095, and the band for .0103, and that brings the combined total to a .3854 per $100 assessed valuation. And that total assessed valuation is increasing by $394,069, and that total revenues will increase now by $2,715.37 over last year. So the total revenue generated would be $178,895 and 51 cents for the year, and you can see your breakdown there with $169,704 and 72 cents for general fund, $4,409 and 72 cents for park, $4,781 and 7 cents for band. For reference, the prior year's total revenue was $176, 180 and 14 cents.
Thank you. Mayor's report. I guess most importantly, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who got out and voted. It was a good turnout. We appreciate your support. It's just going to save everybody money in the long run. The other thing I want to do is thank the city administrator and everybody else that had a hand in trying to get the word out to educate our citizens. Apparently it worked, and I'm very happy that it turned out the way it did. And again, I just wanted to say thank you and thank everybody that there was a lot of hours involved in trying to get people prepared for the vote. The other thing is, have you noticed the bridge is coming along? So just be patient, a little bit longer, and that'll be done. As everybody knows, the pool closed this last weekend, and school will be opening soon. Please, I kind of harp on it since the road is closed. Once the school traffic starts, it's bad now, so be patient, be alert, and please stop at the stop sign at 6th Street when you're coming onto Market. I've almost got hit twice this week. So anyway, the stop sign's there for a reason, even though the highway's not open all the way through. So anyway, that's all I have. I'll get off my box. City Administrator report.
So the bridge, we did schedule a bridge reopening ceremony date for Friday, September 6th at 10:30. MoDOT, of course, they can't really commit to the day the bridge will open. The best they could tell me is that it would be done by the end of the month. So we want to give ourselves just a little room there for any bad weather or anything. So September 6th at 10:30. And formal invitations will be going out a couple weeks in advance of that. So the comprehensive plan that we have a contract with MRPC for, Ann, who is organizing the plan and working with us. We have a Zoom meeting with her and a couple of the P&Z members tomorrow to organize our first public workshop. And I think they're just gonna want some help with some names from us, and they're supposed to do all the marketing, but we're gonna help them get out the information, because again, it'll be open to the public, and take into account that this is an 18-month process, so there will be a lot of meetings forthcoming on that. We were going to have for you tonight, and just to prepare you for the next meeting, there'll be an ordinance. We will be needing to codify 4 handicap parking places actually into the code so that they're enforceable by the police officers. They've gone in slowly over the last year or so. We'll usually try to accumulate a few of them before we actually create an ordinance, so that'll be coming at the next meeting. Let's see, our auditors have reached out and made contact with the finance clerk, and she is uploading into a portal a whole bunch of information that they want and need. You know, new auditors, first year, this will take longer than what we're used to. We had a pretty smooth process with our last auditors. So we'll be learning to get to know each other's systems and verbiage. And, you know, they're going to do, much like the last couple of years with Sikich, kind of what they call a hybrid model. You know, ever since COVID, so much is done on the line over the internet now. They'll only be here in person for probably a couple days. Alderman Schumer, from the last meeting, you brought up discussion for long-term residential rental inspections. And so our building inspector, Mike Fleege, is going to come to our staff meeting tomorrow, and we're going to kind of just get our questions answered and bat around some ideas so that when we, I'm going to invite him to this meeting, if that's with the mayor on the 26th, and let him present to the whole board, and hopefully with getting some base work done, that'll be a productive meeting. Attended several meetings in the last week, chamber, HRED, which they're now calling Ready. If you hear that, those are interchangeable. There was a transportation advisory committee, that's the TAC, and MRPC. MRPC is putting together a new committee just for what they're calling multimodal projects, like sidewalks and walking paths and airports and that sort of thing. So they might be tapping us to find people to sit on that board. And they said they're going to be some upcoming county meetings this fall. And that's usually where we get together with county officials and other local officials and discuss the priorities on the state system. So that'll be coming down the pipe soon. U.S. Senator Josh Hawley had a field rep step by to visit last week. I've met two very nice young people. This was a young lady, and there's another Alex who's been around, Alex Lawrence, who is another field rep who's been to a lot of events here in Hermann. They make themselves very, very accessible, so if you ever need contact with Josh Hawley, I have good contacts for him. One thing I do need to do tonight is, just found out a few hours ago, our TAP grant, that is for the sidewalks on our sidewalk grant program on East 4th. And we are in the process of the stage called the environmental and cultural clearance stage. And the engineer is doing most of it, but there's one thing we need to be involved in, and that's with public engagement. And so, one, I'm going to do that by talking about that here tonight. And then they suggested we put out some Facebook posts again, just about the project. You know, it's been a while, it's a long process of getting the grant and getting awarded the grant. So they just want us talking about it again and disseminating information again. And so just for the general public again, that is going to be on the both sides of the street on this 200 block of East 4th Street, and a couple very bad areas with lots of trip hazards on the 100 block and that the parking lot that has a really bad low approach. We're gonna get that repaired. And then there is some ADA improvements that'll come along with that project. And, you know, that project was chosen for the grant. It got picked because it is there's a lot of foot traffic there on those 2 blocks with all the restaurants and the shops used by both the locals and tourists, as well as the amphitheater. And especially if we have plans to turn the amphitheater into a public accessible restroom that will increase the traffic there. And so that was a really, they were happy to do that project because it seemed, you know, very important. It is an 80-20 grant. The state will be paying $232,395. The city's matching portion is $58,098. It's going to fall over 2 budget years, this year and next year. And like I said, these are kind of long drawn out processes. The contract has to be awarded by October of 25, and then the construction hopefully will take place shortly after that. So it'd be wonderful if that got wrapped up in the fall of 25. So we'll be putting out some posts about how that progress is going in the near future. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
I have a question. What are we doing with our building here? Is there any progress?
We
on-
talked with Travis at our last meeting, and he said the structural engineer or the architect is still working on the proposal.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we were gonna wait for that proposal before we decided how to move forward with the foundation repair people. So that was kind of contingent, one on the other.
The cracks are getting worse.
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
Noticed last week, there was a gentleman measuring all those little handicap that was just put in on Market Street. He was taking length and measures and measuring the distance.
That was probably him.
It wasn't
It was a hot day, but I wanted to get some of the things for the handicap ordinance. It requires kind of a description that it needs points of reference, so many feet from X point of reference commencing 22 feet X direction. So I was getting some of those measurements for the ordinance.
It wasn't you that I saw, and he had some type of a company pickup truck with an emblem on it
Oh.
and a yellowish orange vest.
Yeah, that would be then.
And he was measuring what?
Right there was at the piano bar, that intersection, plus I seen him down at 5th and Market. Had to take measure out from where the jut outs start at the curb out, and then the width of the space for wheelchairs.
Was it a MoDOT
All
truck?
that, yeah, that might be somebody checking MoDOT's work.
It wasn't MoDOT, because I would have recognized the emblem, but
Right, but so they've got the contractor that did the work, there was an engineering firm, I can't remember the name of it. They actually did the engineering for that project, so that might be them checking up on that one. I can reach out to Preston and see if he knows who that might have been.
it looked kind of weird, because we've had some discussion over those, and like, okay, now what they doing?
Yeah, I'd rather he'd been there with a jackhammer than a tape measure.
You said that, not me.
Have we heard anything on the Port Authority?
No. No. I don't think they've had a subsequent meeting just since they established the board and all that. Chad said he would keep me in the loop, so I haven't heard anything.
Okay.
Can we add, and I don't know if it's possible, can the city add Gutenberg Street Bridge to that Merrimack Regional Planning Commission transportation info?
We discussed that at the last meeting, and they went through, I don't remember what year it was after MoDOT did the bridge. It's like a commitment to bridges, I don't remember what exactly it was called. So they went through, even municipal bridges, everything, and they tagged and studied each one of them, and they have to meet a certain criteria before they're eligible for any grant money, and that bridge didn't meet any of the criteria yet. I know it's crazy to believe that.
Well,
It looks terrible.
It could have been them, but it's in bad shape
Well,
right now.
yeah, we brought it up last year. I mean, we can bring it up again at the next meeting. But I brought it up last year because I've never seen any numbers on it or anything. But it turned out it was serialized, so they have it in their database.
reinforcement rods are showing
Yeah.
where the concrete's been busting out and falling out, and especially with all this other traffic with the bridge coming to a close, but we've had some truck traffic go across that.
Thank you, Jesse, appreciate that.
Okay, we'll move on to Public Works Director report, please.
The street department has been working on a storm drain project for the 400 block of East 2nd Street. They're doing a little bit of an improvement up there for that. They're patching potholes, mowing grass as they can. You know, I guess it was pretty dry while I was gone. You know, it's raining again, so I brought that back with me. They've been completing work orders, obviously, as time allows them. They got the 15-mile-an-hour speed limit signs installed in the park. They've been painting some yellow curbs as the weather's allowed, and they'll begin painting crosswalks for school before it opens. And they will be working with the asphalt contractors, hopefully late this week or early next, depending on weather. They were supposed to be here a week and a half ago, and they've been weather delayed on other projects. So the Parks Department has been cutting grass as well and weed eating. They've been watering trees around town. They painted the riverfront bathroom floors and the bathroom floors in all but 2 other bathrooms. The Schiller Street Water Project is now between East 2nd and East 3rd Street. So they've made pretty good time on that when they've been able to work on it. They've had a couple water leaks, a couple service taps, things like that, and we had some people out last week. So they're going to get back on that tomorrow, weather permitting, and they're going to continue going north on that. And then early next week, they'll patch all the open trench with hot mix before the Blue Oval convention, or whatever you want to call that.
Convention?
Yeah, I don't know what you want to call it.
Show.
Blue Oval show.
They would definitely appreciate that.
Show. I don't.
Event.
And then the electric department has been working on the lights in the park where we found a water main last week, evidently while I was gone. So it's suboptimal. But I wanted to thank everybody for their hard work on the sewer bond issue. I appreciate the public's support on that. Hopefully we can make some really good long-term fixes and save some money over the long term on other parts that may need to be improved with other improvements. So just wanted to thank everybody for that.
I have a question. When you make the list up for the streets for the 7/8 inch, I mean
Mhm.
7/8 inches, 7/8 sales tax,
Mhm.
who comes up with those listings?
We had a list of streets from the beginning. Other than that, we just kind of go around and look at where we've got water lines that are good, and then where we've got water lines that need to be replaced, and we kind of base that off of traffic. And then if we don't, like, for example, if we have a street that isn't super high traffic, but there's no water line under it, we'll throw that in if it's in bad shape, because we can only replace so much water line in 1 year. It really comes down to how much water line we can get in the ground. That kind of sets where we're going to pave on the main streets.
Can we have a workshop with, now, these guys may know all this stuff, I don't. So is there any way that we
Yeah,
can
yeah.
sometimes have just a workshop and just go over some of this stuff, so?
Yeah, absolutely.
We do have that map
Tell 'em.
going where we're calling
Yeah.
out the streets.
Yep.
The one that Mark and Todd used when they were campaigning and promoting for the 7/8 cents sales tax, as Jesse said, there was a 5-year plan laid out then that we've been trying to follow to the best of our ability, and not perfectly because weird things pop up, but we've made good progress on that plan, and it is mapped out on one of those boards.
And then I was going to tell you too, as far as on the building, I know Travis had the contractors out here. That would have been like a week and a half ago, looking at the porch removal, and he was getting an estimate on that so that we know kind of what to expect for budgeting purposes when we put it out for bids. Because that's kind of an oddball project. He didn't really know how to estimate that. So we got a contractor to get us an estimate, and then we'll put out bids based off of that number
It's just
on budget.
getting worse. And
Yeah, yeah.
You would think they would want to find out what's causing it.
Well, I think everybody
Why?
knows what's causing it. I mean, we're all pretty confident that it's on fill and the footings were poor. You know,
But it
whenever
was here since 77 and now,
yeah.
okay.
Finally settling.
And then, while we're talking about that, I got the elevation shot for the back. And there's some stuff that I want to get ordered for that, so I'll hopefully have a purchase order for that to bring to you guys in the next meeting or two.
You sit in the back, but tell them what
We're
the
gonna,
drain.
The water.
yeah, the water that stands on the back side of the building. We're gonna take care of that and try to bring that around in pipe this time. They put in a gravel drain years ago, but it's silted in, and with that hill there, I think it's just gonna keep silting in if we redo it, so. Just do it once and do it right and be done with it.
And then you said you might put 2 more drains?
Yeah, I'd like to get a whole new gutter put back there probably. Well, that's a whole other story. But yeah, I'd like to get bigger downspouts and 2 more drains and possibly a bigger gutter. But that'll all be kind of wrapped into one project, and hopefully I can get an estimate for the budget, and we'll probably have to make an amendment since we've got so much going into the building this year that we didn't really anticipate, but hopefully there's enough budgeted already. That'd be great.
Anybody else have any questions? Thank you, sir.
Yep.
We have no public comments, correct? Correct. Have any old business? If no old business, anybody have any new business? If not, we'll move to ordinances. Our attorney is not here, so I will read the ordinance. Bill 2024-45. Number 2422 is the ordinance. An ordinance setting the 2024 annual rates of levy for ad valorem taxes for general municipal purposes, establishment and maintenance of free public parks and municipal band purposes. Everybody okay with that? Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve bill number 2024-45.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. All right. We will move on to motions. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
Move to approve.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Is that with the amendment?
Yes, so they have new copies of that on their desk, so that should be the one they're referring to now,
Right.
fresh.
Right.
July 22nd, 2024. I'll second the motion.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We have the bills. Do I have a motion to pay our invoices?
I move to pay the bills.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Municipal quitclaim deed for Virginia M. Crawford Revocable Living Trust at Lot 44 West 3rd Street. This is just one of those standard things that we have quite often, actually, it seems like. But,
It's to clear the title.
right,
A
to
year
clear the
ago,
title.
yeah.
Have a motion to approve that?
I move to approve the quitclaim, the Missouri municipal quitclaim deed.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Ratify the manufacturing liquor license for Don Gosen Copper Mule Distillery. I have a motion to approve that.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Vehicle for hire license renewal for the Deerbird Educational Foundation. Apparently that's for his horse and buggies, I guess. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I
Yes,
move to approve the Deerbird.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Abstain. He abstained. No. Carried. All right, approve the low bid from Annexter for $8,359.30 for electrical materials. Any questions?
What kind of timeline is this gonna be delivered on?
It actually kind of depends on the parts and pieces. None of the lead times on this stuff are astronomical from what I saw, or at least not astronomical compared to what they were. The transformers and stuff are still kind of where the problem is kind of bottlenecked. Transformers, switchgear, things like that. This is more just kind of the nuts and bolts of the system.
Okay.
It's all pretty common stuff.
I know if any of this was gonna bleed into the next budget year.
I sure hope not. No, it shouldn't. I think a lot of that was actually in stock, so it's kind of good to see that part of it coming back to normalcy.
Okay, any other questions? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
Motion has been made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Next item is approved low bid of $8,603 from Marco for the police department copier.
That was in the budget.
And have a motion to approve that?
I move to approve the new copy for the police department.
Motion is made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Caterers permit Adam Puta Winery, Hermann Hospital Auxiliary Concert Amphitheater, September 7th, 2024.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion has been made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Caterers permit for Old Vine Kitchen Emporium Herman Harvest Festival Amphitheater, September 28th, 2024. Have a motion to approve that one.
I'll move to approve.
Motion has been made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for the River City Cruisers, the third annual River City Cruise and Car Show with requested road closures, 4th Street from Market to Schiller, September 7th, 2023.
And this is what they normally
Yeah,
do, right?
yes, this is their third year.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the River City Cruises.
Motion has been made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for the Hermann Area District Hospital 13th Annual Turkey Trot 5K Middle School, High School, and various city streets on November 28, 2024. This is an annual event also. Do I have a motion to approve that?
Move to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Amended special event application for the Midwest Blue Oval Club, Blue Oval Rally with requested road closure from 4th Street from Market to Gutenberg and Schiller from 4th to 1st Street, August 23rd and 24th. 24. They've had,
What was the change?
they're just extending Schiller Street down. It was only going to go to 2nd Street. They're expecting more cars than they anticipated,
Got it.
which is a good thing. So,
Make a motion to approve.
motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Festival event application, Gasconade Osage County Treatment Court Alumni Barbecue Burger Bratwurst Sales, Herman Lumber Parking Lot, October 19th, 2024. Have a motion to approve that one.
Move to
Aye.
approve.
Second.
I will second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We have no reports. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you folks for coming and thank you for watching. Be safe out there.